500 years ago, this room and everyone in it might have been underwater. That's because Vancouver and the surrounding area is built on a floodplain, specifically the floodplain of the Fraser River, one of the largest rivers in BC. With a large river comes large floods, which can be incredibly harmful to human infrastructure, property, and livelihood. So to combat this, managers have built a variety of flood control infrastructure to keep us humans safe from the devastating impacts of flood. However, if you imagine this room full of water, there might be some little fish swimming around. Fish like salmon, which are an incredibly important species in BC because of their social, cultural, ecological, and economic value. Salmon rely on floodplain connectivity to complete their life cycle. And flood control infrastructure has made it harder for salmon to survive in an already changing climate. To combat this, managers have begun to create fish-friendly flood control infrastructure. One of these is a fish-friendly flood pump. A flood pump moves water across a dike and a river. Think of the river, a dike is like a wall built next to it that keeps the river from flooding and overtopping its channels, which would flood agricultural fields, towns, houses, you name it. These are great, they keep the river from flooding, but unfortunately a river isn't as simple as just a main channel. There's all sorts of streams, creeks, sloughs, lakes, other sort of waterways that come off the main channel of the river. So the flood pumps keep these channels from flooding and move the water from them into the main stem of the river. Now, unfortunately for salmon, flood pumps have long been known to cause harm to fish, leading to injury and mortality. So, a fish-friendly flood pump was created. However, fish-friendly is largely a manufacturing term, and the actual impact that these pumps have on juvenile salmonids has not been largely studied. That's where my research comes in. I'm using a device called a SensorFish to better understand the experience of juvenile salmonids as they move through flood pumps, both fish-friendly and traditional non-friendly flood pumps. The SensorFish collects information on acceleration, pressure, and rotation as it moves through the water in the pump, which I can then use to understand when fish might be experiencing events like collisions and impacts that could lead to injury or mortality further down the line. It's still early, but so far results are indicating that fish-friendly flood pumps do cause harm to fish and could lead to injury and mortality. Now, with my study, I'd ultimately like to create a best practices document that managers can use when upgrading their flood pumps to fish-friendly flood pumps, identifying harmful infrastructure and providing suggestions that they can use to upgrade these pumps to be more friendly. Hopefully, with my data, I hope that fish-friendly flood pumps can be upgraded not just in name, but in actual experience of the salmon as they move through the pumps. Thank you.